Hi all, today I'll be walking you through our web application named as Guide. This project is developed using Python and Django for the backend, and it integrates various large language models to power our AI tools. First, let us talk about the motivation behind choosing this project. Many of our colleagues have faced challenges in securing placement after graduation. We realized that the primary issue is the lack of proper training throughout their engineering studies. To address this, we have designed a comprehensive syllabus that students can follow from the start of their engineering career. By adhering to this curriculum, students will be well prepared and placement ready by the time they finish their fourth year. And in our application, a specific highlight is the introduction of a new feature or a theory called gamified navigation preventive mechanism. This innovative mechanism is implemented within Guide to help reduce the distractions for students during their online education process. So now we can actually go to the sign up page, or if you already have an account, then you can simply log in here. Now I'll be simply signing up, and here I'll be signing up with surname, and email, and then the college name has to be specified here, and then you can actually pick a profile picture here, and then you have to basically provide a password that must be unique and also different from the username, and simply signing up. Then it will be redirected to the profile page here. A profile page has basically various contents that I will be discussing later. Now we can actually move to the home page where all the things are mentioned. You can see that all the features are mentioned here, like roadmap, structured roadmap, AIs and all. The main feature is the structured roadmap, which is basically powered with three AI tools such as this Doctor Friend here, and Professor AI, and also Researcher AI, and also this gamified navigation preventive mechanism is also implemented within that particular thing. So we can simply go to the roadmap and see what it basically made of. So you basically know that roadmap is actually very similar to the K2 scheme. Roadmap K2 basically has 8 semesters, and each of the semesters basically has various courses. And after the end of the each of the semesters, you will be having exams. And if you pass the exam, you will be rewarded with credits. And after the end of the eighth semester, you will be rewarded with the bachelor certificate also. Similarly, here also we do have 8 stages, as you can see in the specific order only you can actually move. And after the end of each of the stages basically has 6 to 5 courses, 5 to 6 courses. And after completing all the courses, you will be having an MCQ test. And if you pass the exam, then you will be rewarded with a badge. And after the end of the last S8, then you will be rewarded with certain certificates, and you will be a perfect candidate for the placement process by the end. That's why the syllabus is structured in such a manner that it will basically help you in a interview process, aptitudes, technical coding, etc. So we can actually start the thing to code here. You can actually see that here is a voice assistant is there. Simply clicking on it,
Welcome to programming. Thinking like a programmer.
you can see that voice assistance is there. And here also I have basically said that gamified navigation prevent is one of the mechanisms that we have implemented in roadmap. So what is that? Simply means that in most of the other tutorials or any articles, if you are reading, if the user finds any of the words or phrases such as, for example, computer, if you want to know more about all these things, or the phrase is actually very confusing, then he have to basically go to Google and basically search about its meaning. And if he is having trouble in understanding the entire concept, he will simply go to ChatGPT and ask for itself. So it's actually a lot of going back and forth. That is, navigation is required from one page to another. That will basically obviously distract the user. So what if all these things are integrated into a single page here? So we have done that. Like if the student is reading this and having trouble in understanding this particular word or a phrase, you can see the search icon. Simply clicking on it will invoke the researcher AI. Researcher AI will basically respond to that particular sentence itself. So no need of going to the Google here. So that particular person or student is having trouble in understanding the entire concept, he can simply go to the Professor A. The Professor A, with the help of Doctor Friend, will basically explain in a brief manner summarize all these slide contents. That basically takes the slide content and summarizes it. So if you need any more explanation, you can simply click on it again. It will basically explain it more in a more in a way, in a more detailed manner, it will basically explain. And now if we are having any more discussions are needed, then you can actually simply ask the doctor friend here. Doctor friend basically can help with every other task and basically carrying out a conversation, and it will basically respond with every other possible, and all these are actually powered by using RAG. And this is simply like doctor friend is simply researcher A is like a friend over, so like a friend, and professor A is like a professor, and if you need more explanation you can simply go to a doctorate, similar to that analogy we have used here. And here in this slide also we can see that thinking to code. So many of the students are lacking how to think like a programmer. So we have basically introduced this as the first course. So here in order to reach the goal you have to basically move forward 4 times. You have reached the goal. So that's the logic. Likewise here also moving forward here and then turning right and again moving forward will reach the goal. So this is actually the thing that we have implemented, like how to think like a programmer here. So like now so the loops are mechanism, the if condition, that is obstructions, obstacles, etc., all these are actually provided here, and many more games. So by integrating these games into this, most of the users will find it very entertaining. Also they will basically learn a lot. And here also you can actually see drag and drop mechanisms are implemented, match the following, all these things. I'll be simply clicking the next button here, going to the last page, and here you can actually see that here you can actually write the pseudocode here for reaching the goal. Pseudocode can be write by following the instruction here, and I'll be simply clicking the next button here, next button, next, and match the following here, next button, next. As you can see here is also match the following if help if loop, and here class I don't know this particular, submit the answer, you can actually get the answer likewise. So it is actually more entertaining. Here also in order to find the sum of even and odd numbers up to 100, you have to basically write the pseudocode, simply drag and drop here. You will have to loop through 1 to 100, and if it is actually divisible by 2 it is actually even number, so you have to add it to some even, and otherwise you basically have to add it, basically otherwise you have to add the I to the sum mode, and then simply print the sum mode and sum even here, and let's submit, and it is correct. So pseudocode, and last, and here you can actually see the end of the that particular course, and you will be having redirect to the next thing, that is introduction to C programming here. So clicking on that will basically redirect to the introduction to C programming, which is also really important in the case of placement, because understanding C is more important as far as a programmer is concerned. So a very good understanding of C will basically help programmers a lot. So here also exercises are actually provided. A lot of things are actually provided here also. So since it is a redundancy, I'll be simply fast forwarding it. I'll be simply pausing the video and simply fast forwarding to the last course of the semester, and I'll be showing how the MCQ work. Okay, so we can continue. And I have basically skipped all the courses on this one stage, as you can actually see here. You can actually see here itself. You can actually see English essential course, grammar essentials, and here in progress, and you can see that we can actually either review these courses for just for clarifications and all. Now we can actually click the next button here, and the last slide simply says that there are 50 MCQs are there, passing score is 25 out of 50, and the limited times are actually available. And you can actually this stage, and here in the MCQ tests are there are 50 questions are there, either we can actually fail or pass. I'll simply show you how things will work if I fail the test first. Okay, I'll be simply pausing this video. As you can see, I have skipped all the courses, all the MCQs, and now simply clicking next button and submit button, you can actually see that I have already scored 4 marks and I have failed. Either I can review the stages again or I can retake the test. For now on, I will basically retaking the test, and simply I will basically pass this particular test and show how things will work if I pass this. Okay, I will be posting this. Hello, welcome. I have basically completed all the questions, and now the last question is there. I'll be simply clicking and submitting the test. You can actually see that I have scored 41 out of 50, and I can either download the badge here itself. You can see here. I can either here, and I can actually start the next stage from here. And here in the profile itself we can see that uh, this thing, and also the earned badges can also be seen here. And now I'll be simply just showing you Python beginner courses. And now I'll be simply skipping all these courses in the S1 S2 stage up to S8, and I'll be showing how things will work in the last stage itself, like what will be given if I successfully completed the last stage in the roadmap. And that I will be showing you. As now I simply pausing the video and fast forwarding it to the last stage. Welcome back, guys. I have basically completed all the semesters and all the courses, and I have reached the end of the last course in the S8. Like you can actually see here, S8 LinkedIn setup and resume building. You can actually see that all the semesters are completed, and here all the courses are also completed. And the last one is here, and the 30th slide. And I will be simply clicking next, and you can actually see that congratulations, you have already completed all the 8 semesters and all. You can actually see here, and now you can actually take the final test here. And I'll be taking the final test, and here also there are 50 questions. Rather than simply wasting the time, I'll be simply pausing the video, and I'll be clicking all the actual answers, and I'll be showing you the result. Okay, welcome back, guys. I have basically completed all the questions now, and now the 15th question is here. I have basically have to select some of the I'll be simply selecting this option and submitting the test. As you can see that there is 46 marks out of 50, and here I can either download my certificate here, and you can see that the last essay certification is like this is like your complete placement ready material by now. And you can actually visit the profile to see that all these things, like a number you can actually see that all the badges here, and also the certificate you can download it from here. And also there's actually within this profile you can actually see that there's actually a track time is tracking the time is also given here, like stage 1 to stage 8. Like the total amount of time, since I used to skip all these slides, it is much less. And now you can actually also see the progress card here. The progress card can see that all these things. And the S1 I have 41 marks, 27 only 27 in the stage 2, so I need to focus on that stage 2. And stage 3 is 45, and all these things can be shown here. This is just like a progress card report, and you can actually see all these things. And here the leaderboard simply shows that I'm at the top, because I'm actually completed all the roadmap stages, and the others have not completed all these things. And in addition to that, here also we can actually see that if you have basically visited the again, you can actually see that the recommended for review. So this is actually powered by TensorFlow Keras, and it's a deep neural network, and it basically suggests which particular stage you need to focus, and that particular courses are mentioned here. As you can see here from the progress card itself, the best score of stage 2 is very low as compared to others, so it recommends me to go through the stage 2 courses again. I can simply review here. I can actually review here also. So that's all about my this roadmap feature. Now I can actually move to the next features and all. Like if there's industry needed courses are there, such as Django, mobile development and all. You can actually go through these also. This is also just like slide wise manner. This will be really helpful in getting placements, such as during interview process and all. They will basically ask what all skills do you have. So these industry needed courses are also needed, apart from the placement needed, that is actual coding and also all the other things. And I'll be simply skipping all this, and in order to show how this works, and simply completing. You can actually see here course progress, total enrolled is 1, and all other things. And now this question simply means that these are the coding challenges. Especially I have designed this in a way that the previous year questions that were asked to us where as are mentioned here. For example, the two sum problem is specified by Mitsogo to us. And here if you have any if you need to solve this, you can actually simply click on here. The integrated editor is here. You can actually code here. And if you are having trouble in coding, you will be having the actual code mentioned as here, and copy it and simply pasting it here and running the code. you can see that the test cases are passed. And if you are again if you do not like this particular code, you can actually ask the doctor friend if there's any better code for this. Since it is actually trained on Python, it will be better to ask him, and he'll basically provide the code for that also. So this will be really helpful for practicing just like lead code and all. Now the forum simply means that peer interactions. So here we can actually see that we can actually ask questions, and Lega basically asked what are variables. You can simply ask variables are like boxes, simply submitting the answer. And you can see some Lega itself has basically provided certain answers. You can actually vote and all other things. Just like a peer interaction, just like Stack Overflow interface, you can actually ask the live doubts to other users who have experienced all these things. And just to make it clear, that is resume builder is also provided. Just you can actually create the resumes here, and you can actually also view all these things. For example, if I log out and see, like, I basically log in as other user to show all these things. You can see here in the resume builder, you can actually see here also, you can actually view it, edit it, or you can either edit the particular thing based on the needs, and you can either download it also. So based on the different companies, you can actually create different resumes. For USD, I have also already created. For common ways, I have already created a resume, so this will be better. And the last one will be like profile. We have already mentioned all the features in the profile. Now the last one is actually the notification icon. This simply means that all the notifications that is placed at placement related internships or any other things are mentioned, rather than putting it in the WhatsApp groups. We can actually provide all the notifications here. And also here is an initial survey is also there. You can simply click on it. This is just for your user feedback in a more precise manner. This will basically helps us in improving this particular platform. So this is all about our website, and this is actually Dr. Friend. And you can actually, if you have any troubles, you can actually contact us. And if you need to get to know more about us, you can actually explore here our vision, our mission, and our team basically, and all other things are mentioned here. So this is all about our course. So I think it will be really helpful for you. So thank you.